What's going on, everybody? This is Dave and welcome back now to part 19 of the 1860 Munich save here on Football Manager 2017. And today we've got the first episode of the third season in our career. And spoiler alert, if you haven't watched the last episode, go and quickly watch it. But 3, 2, 1, we're in the Bundesliga. We got promoted last season, just about. But there is some crazy things that have happened during pre-season. So let's go through them now, starting with our major transfers that have come in. So the players that we have brought in, major transfers, some that you may have already known. On a free, we brought in Manchester United, well, ex-Manchester United goalkeeper Sam Johnston in on a free. We've also brought in Odsonne Edouard. If you were a fan of the Rotherham save on the channel, you remember he was a bit of a legend, so he's come in from PSG in on loan. We've also signed defender Rolando. He was on a free transfer. Emerson Hindman has come in from Bournemouth, or Hindman rather, for £800,000. And we've also brought in an absolute ridiculous signing on loan for the rest of the season, paying a lot of money for him a month, but it is Raheem Sterling. Absolutely ridiculous. So here's Sam Johnston. He's probably going to be battling it out along with Stefan Ortega this season to be the #1 goalkeeper. Edouard as well will be a rotated striker. Again, there's a bit of potential there. Contract actually expires with PSG this year, so if he does well, we'll be looking at getting him on a permanent transfer. Rolando as well is going to be a big centre-half for us. Not quite there with acceleration and pace anymore, but the rest of his physical, stamina, strength, jumping reach, natural fitness, and so on. He's got very, very good key stats for a centre-back. I think he'll do quite well this season, whether he plays with Santana or Ajuokai. Yes, we brought in Emerson Hindman, or Hindman. You'll have to let me know if I'm saying it right or wrong, but I think this was a really, really good signing for the money. Only 22 years of age, already an American international. I think him and Zelalem, the two American lads in the middle, should do really, really well. Along with Max Özil and Daniel Adlung, I think we've got some really good central midfielders this season. And then the most ridiculous signing I think I've ever pulled off. On deadline day, I'll show you why we kind of did it in a second, but he came up transfer listed by request. If you have a quick look, he's transfer listed by request for £53 million. But we grabbed him in on loan, and he actually joined on loan. We're paying about 600 grand a month for him, and we're paying we're paying 30k of his wages. So incredible. What a signing. Very, very good player. Very quick. Great on the ball. And I think this is going to be an amazing signing for us. So we'll go through everything else in a second. But the other ends, Federico Alvarez, who I think I went through before. Good little left back. Ayala Zubkov, who's a Russian striker who will play for predominantly the second team to see how we can go on. Jorginho as well, who's a full-back in from Benfica. He should be okay. Got a little bit of potential there. Just going to be there as another option. Lucas Boyda as well. A good centre-back option for us to bring in. Just 21 years of age as well. We've brought in Mamadou Fofana. 95 grand. A little bit of potential there. Hopefully we get a profit on him. Another great player. Rui Campos for just £1,000. He's on 375 quid a week. A right back with decent physicals for an 18-year-old. And a good potential ability. No brainer really for just £1,000. Another free was Demetrio Kielobas, who's a forward. Very, very well-rounded player. Really good signing for us, I feel. Hopefully he should do some business this season. Edouard, who we've gone through. Rolando, who we've gone through. Hindman, who we've gone through. Another right back, Raul Belanova, in on loan from AC Milan. May well have quite a few games for us this season. Looks a really decent player. Raheem the Dream, who we've already gone through. And Igor Dutz will come in. We got him on deadline day as well as a backup centre-half. Now the outs, as you can see, I will have to show you in a minute because for some reason it's not showing some of the transfers. One out was Michael Lindell. He was a great player for us in the first and second season, well, the first season especially. But with his age, he was getting injured. His physical's just not there anymore. So we ended up selling him to Paderborn, who are in the 3rd division. A lot of players left the club. Most notable ones really are Aisha, who was our old goalkeeper. Burnish, who I didn't really decide to keep him. He's gone to Valladolid in Spain. Mausberger as well. He's gone to Heidenheim. Great. I think he's a good player. Good centre-half. But for us, I don't think he was going to get the games. And Quaresma as well, who is still a free transfer. There is one massive out, which for some reason it's not showing. It might come under youth. No. I'm not too sure why it's not come up. It might come under this second team transfers for some reason. Yes, it does. Now look at this. You guys know that some of our youth prospects were awesome. But this one really hacked me off. Kylian Borsel. Just look at his stats. For a 16-year-old, bearing in mind. A 16-year-old. 14 finishing. 15 pace. 14 heading. He is incredible. And for us last season, if I can try and show you. It doesn't show his stats. I think I put a picture on Twitter. He scored an absolutely ridiculous amount of goals. A bid came in, well, little bids were coming in for him, about $1 million, with loads of incentives which were rejected. A bid for about $3 million came in, the board accepted it. And I kind of queried it, I disputed it, and they said, fine, we see where you're coming from, we'll leave it. And then 3 or 4 teams came in with bids for $4 million plus. The board accepted it, wouldn't give me any chance to stop them, and in the end he decided to go to Bayern Munich for £5 million, which is kind of where the Sterling money got spent. But it is a little bit annoying if we're going to have a club here with some decent youth players. That was probably our best kind of signing, really, our best youth player, and they've just got rid of him. Really, no attacking threats now that we've got in the team that I can look forward to, because he from next season would have been able to be in the squad. So I think I've kind of gone through all the transfers as such. We have played one game already this season, which was in the first round of the Cup. We won 3-1, which is not as probably as convincing as I wanted to win, but we did start a rotated team. First game back after pre-season, we did pretty well. Max Ertel scoring on his debut, Nazim Sangare scoring an equaliser with 5 minutes to go, and Victor Osimhen came off the bench to score twice in extra time. Friendly-wise, it was awesome as well. We had a pre-arranged friendly with Bayern, which unfortunately we lost 1-0. Zeki Fries with an own goal. But we beat Dachau 3-1. Anya with 2, Osimhen as well. We beat a team called Walshy 3-0. We beat Leipzig's second team 2-0. We beat Schwaz 3-1. Olching 4-0. We did a tour in England. So at Wembley, we played Real Zaragoza. We won 2-1 in that game. We beat Chester 5-1. We beat Dudley Sports 6-0, which was crazy. Edouard with a hat-trick in that game. We beat a team called Alessandria 6-0 as well. And of course, we had that DFB Pokal game. So goals are coming in thick and fast. We had a really good preseason. Didn't concede many goals, albeit not against great teams. But Zaragoza, I think that was a really good win for us, to be fair. So hopefully we'll do well this season. And first game of the season, we got Red Bull Leipzig. Then we'll play Dortmund. So some big games coming up, and it's going to be a really, really good season for us. Now, I'm just going to double check where Leipzig finished last season, because I believe in real life they're doing fairly well. So season preview, we're expected to possibly finish 17th, but we've got kind of similar odds to anyone from 14th down. So you never know really. Who's got Lingard? Jesse Lingard plays for Schalke now. Oh, he's on loan from United. So yeah, I'm really hoping for something special. Key players, no look. We do have one in there. Raheem Sterling and Stefan Anya as well in there. But I think Sterling is an absolutely ridiculous signing. So last season, Leipzig finished in 4th, which I'm guessing means they're in the Champions League. Yeah, they're in the Champions League this season. They do have a lot of money. If we check how much they've spent 54 million this season. They brought in Origi from Liverpool, Schmelzer from Dortmund as well. Baumgartel from Wolfsburg. Outs have only received 975k. Last season they only spent 14 million, but brought in Serge Gnabry as well, and Park Ju-ho from Dortmund. So overall they've got some good players. I think they've got Timo Werner is probably one of their better players. He may start up front. Last season grabbed about 14 goals for him. So this is going to be a tough game. They've got some really good players in there, which we'll have to watch out for. But a massive game for us to start off this season, and hopefully we'll do well and grab a victory in our first game of the season. So here we are, the key men for today's game, Timo Werner and Stefan Anya. Now Bayern have already beaten Schalke to start off their season. We're coming up against Leipzig's manager, Ralf Hasenhüttl, who has been there kind of the same sort of time as I joined 1860 as well. Osimhen is injured, but we'll go through our team today. And we're going to be starting off Sam Johnson in goal, Alvarez and Jurokai with Rolando, and Stokovic will start at the back. Andrada, Zelalem, Hinman and Anya in midfield. Raheem the Dream will start in behind Kilo Bass, who will start up front today. Leipzig will start with a 4-4-2 with Kraft in goal, Schmelzer, Baumgartel, Knocker and Klostermann at the back. Gnabry with Bernardo, Keita and Burke in midfield. And Origi will start up front with Timo Werner. A sea of green to start us off this season. How are we going to do away at Leipzig? A massive game for us today. We move these match stats down. And there's a corner early on here. Cleared away only as far as young Timo Werner into Serge Gnabry. And he's got a bit of room. Werner, Origi, and he scores within the 11th minute. And Origi, on his debut, will give the home side the lead. Gnabry did well. Timo Werner, and he set Origi up. He probably should have done a little bit better. It took a slight deflection, which will take it past Sam Johnston. And the home side lead here within 11 minutes. Not the best start we would have wished for, but at the moment, we're getting absolutely destroyed. Yet to have a shot on goal. Here's Klostermann, Origi. Rolando couldn't get there. Timo Werner will use his pace, and he's scored again. A wonderful goal from Timo Werner. His third goal of the season already. And Leipzig are 2-0 up. Origi knocked it on for Werner. Great touch pass. Look at that. From long range. I don't know what Sam Johnston's doing with his positioning. But it's dispatched into the bottom corner. And within 23 minutes now, we are 2-0 down. With Johnston with the ball forward. Anya knocks it back to Stokovic into Hindman rather. Sterling lost out there. Probably expect a little bit better from Sterling. I want to try and get him on the wing as well. Werner comes close there. I want to try and get him on the wing rather than through the middle. I think with him and Andrade on opposite wings could be absolutely filthy. But we're just over half an hour gone. We're still yet to have a shot on goal. And it's not encouraging at all. Kilo Bass struggling to make an impact up front on his own. We've had a couple of shots now, but here's Knocker. We need to try and get a goal before half time if we can. Schmelzer into Gnabry, who will cut in again. And way too easy for him. And a shot from Serge Gnabry ended up going wide. It looks like we're going to go into half-time. There is a chance. Sterling. Here's Kilo Bass. Back to Zelalem. He's found the Ukrainian again. Back across. Sterling on his debut. It's 2-1. We're back in it. And Raheem Sterling running in. Grabs a goal on his debut. It was Zelalem who found Kilo Bass really, really well. I was worried he was going to have a shot, but cuts it back. And Raheem Sterling taps it in. We're back in this game. And a goal right before half-time is exactly what we needed. So the second half will kick it off here. 2-1 now. And one clear-cut chance for us. And we put it into the back of the net. And that's what we need to do. Take advantage of those chances. Werner with a ball in. Cleared away. And Anya, can we break again here? Needs the option of Sterling and won't get it as Bernardo comes and cuts it out. Into Gnabry here. Back to Bernardo. Schmelzer. Into Keita. Leipzig will come forward again. Jurokai will win it back now. Can he play a long ball? Alvarez into Andrada. Here's Kilo Bass. He will run at them. Sterling into Hindman. Here's Kilo Bass again. On his own this time. Cuts in. And I thought he was going to put it into the back of the net. Kraft makes a good save. But we're looking promising now. Much better football from us here. Origi into Timo Werner this time. Origi, great football. Keita, great goal. No Johnston. Oh, he's missed it. And he's put it into the onto the post. And what a start to this second half. Full of chances so far. Another one here as well. Knocker into Gnabry. Is he going to score again? A shot from range from him was poor. And Leipzig still just 2-1 up. So we're going to make a change. We're going to bring on Ribamar just to add a bit of pace for us going forward. I would keep him as an advanced forward, to be fair, because I think that would suit him quite well. I did say that last season as well. We'll just have a quick look as well at Ertl to possibly come on at some point. He's only 17. He's the youngest goal scorer and youngest ever player to play for 1860 Munich after he scored in his last game. But he's got awesome potential. He's luckily one of the players that we've kept hold of. So coming into the last 20 minutes, we've got an attacking throw in. Here is Ribamar, the sub. Ball in, floated in, not great. Stokovic will have a chance to restart the attack, but he's lost it. And now it's maybe a 3-on-2 attack. Leipzig going to get us on the break. It's Gnabry who this time puts it away. He's had too many chances. And that right-hand side for us, or their left-hand side, has been very disappointing. And it's a shame because throughout pre-season, I was looking at our squad depth. And a lot of the goals we conceded came from that, or our opponent's left-hand side, and they've been exploiting that a lot, to be fair. It's not been a great performance from Stokovic today, I'm afraid. He's just letting them cut in, and there's Alvarez. He gives away a penalty. We've been in this game, really, for the whole of this second half, and all of a sudden, we're falling to bits. It's a penalty to make it 4-1, which I think does flatter them a little bit on paper, and Origi does put it into the back of the net. Not the most ideal start, and as I said, I do think this flatters them slightly. A coolly dispatched penalty from the ex-Liverpool man, who just slots it into the bottom corner of the net. So the next couple of subs are going to run on Ertel, and we'll also bring on Adlung up front. Hopefully just to get some fresh legs on, maybe grab 1 or 2 more goals, but I think that'll probably be it now. Johnson with his long ball forward towards Andrada now, who's on the right hand side, with Sterling on the left. Here's Werner. Loses out. Jurokai into Alvarez, into Raheem Sterling. Hindman with that long ball forward. Jurokai cuts it out again. He'll find Sterling on the ball into Hindman. Adlung into Sterling. Hindman again, long ball into no one really. That was poor from him. Klosterman, Burke, Timo Werner from range, and Johnston again. His positioning has just been really, really off today. Not being 100% impressed with him. On his debut, conceded 4 goals, but the defence really has been quite poor today. As you can see, Alvarez on his debut, not had a good game. A 5.8 now from him. So we'll have to have a look at that. And it is full time. It's finished 4-1 today on our debut match in the Bundesliga. We weren't great today, to be honest. But a goal for Sterling on his debut could do wonders for his morale and confidence. But we start off the season at the bottom of the league. So not the best of starts this season. Our next game is in 2 weeks against Dortmund. But we're going to come back for the game against Cologne at the end of September. So in the meantime, we're going to be playing 3 matches. We're going to be playing Dortmund, Schalke and Leverkusen. All really, really tough games. Are we going to pick up any points? Who knows? So we're going to have to try and find out there. Hopefully you guys can join us for that game. And hopefully you've enjoyed today's episode. So make sure you smash that like button down below. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And until next time, guys, enjoy the rest of your day. And I'll see you all very soon.